Man City basically told the whole world, if you think the Premier League is done, my brother, think twice. My brother, are you sure? If you think the league is done and Arsenal won it, are you sure? This right here was one of the best performances I've seen this season from a team, from a collective, from individually as well, from certain players. This right here, I'm going to put my hands up. I'm going to put my hands up because I was one of those people. I was one of those people that said, you know, the league is done. Just put it in the bag. Put it in the bag. Call it a day after the game against Aston Villa. Man City lost. I was like, you know what? Is there any point of just watching this nonsense? But after what happened yesterday with Arsenal and after what happened today, Man City beating the same team that made us look absolutely ridiculous. This right here, wow, man. Absolutely wow. I will talk about certain players because certain players and certain manager, and from both teams, by the way. I don't want to make it just a one-sided thing. No. I want to make some conversation about certain players from both teams. Both Man City and Liverpool. Let's talk about player performances. Let's talk about the game itself as well, because the game itself was, the first half was so dominant. And I managed to catch about 25 minutes of the first half because I was watching the Real Madrid game. So I only caught when Haaland scored his first goal. And after that, from there, City still continued. And of course, Haaland missed a penalty. I saw that. And the goal itself. Let's talk about the Haaland goal because I rewatched it because I didn't watch it live. The goal itself, Nunes with an incredible cross. But I love how Haaland, inside the box, made the right movements because initially, Konate thought he was going to go in front. The movement for that goal, the header, just bullying Konate. And the goal itself, of course, Liverpool thought they had an equalizer with Virgil van Dijk, which out of everything, Liverpool can't say, you know what, we lost because of that. Because it is a bad decision. It's an absolute bad decision. Like, I don't think Robertson made any sort of interference. Of course, the rules of the game, the VAR, I hear it. In terms of the rules of the game, it's a correct decision because he interfered with his, like, he restricted his objection or whatever it is. But Donnarumma was never getting that. And even Donnarumma, he wasn't even complaining. I don't think that affected or impacted Donnarumma's view at all. But rules of the game, I hear it. But that decision doesn't take anything away from the fact that City didn't deserve this or anything like that. Because the first half, from what I saw from the 30 minutes onwards, it looked absolutely dominant. At the left-hand side, it was so good from different players performing better than what they've been doing throughout this whole season. And then the second goal, Nico Gonzalez basically saying, you know what, Rodri, you did that so many times 2 years ago and 3 years ago. The deflection that you had as well, that little patch, you know what, let me download it. Let me download the Rodri nonsense. Let me download the Rodri Ballon d'Or season the year before that, where Rodri was scoring goals outside the box, whether deflection, long shots, screamers, X, Y, and Z. Because Nico Gonzalez, throughout this whole season, by the way, because I was one of those people, like I said, I'm going to put my hands up on certain players after when I talk about player performances. But the second half, my brother, I watched the whole second half. Fam, it looked like literally men versus little kids, fam. Forget boys, kids, bro. Toddlers, bro. That second half performance, and specifically for one individual, specifically for one person, Jeremy Doku, absolutely tortured Conor Bradley on the left-hand side. That was, forget mismatch, forget barbecue chicken, forget biryani, fam. That was one of the, from a player performance, from an actual, and I'm happy he got his goal because he tried it. There was 2 moments where he tried it. Before one got deflected, one got saved by Georgie. But I'm happy that goal went in because that performance from Jeremy Doku is one of the best winger performances I've seen in recent years. That was a complete performance. That is doing it to a fullback who made Vinny Jr. look like an absolute little kid. Like Conor Bradley got a lot of applause, deservedly so, after the game against Real Madrid. But now he faces Jeremy Doku, who, let's be real, is the better 1v1. I think at the moment, you can't find a better 1v1 player in the whole world. Second. Lamine Yamal is still number 1. Second. But, wow. Just from and this is a player who I think this season has been very good. I think this season has taken to another level, and I think this season has improved in so many phases of the game. His decision making in the final third is way better. His IQ is better. I think this year he's patient. He understands when he makes that run and when he makes that dribble, and every dribble, I think every action that he does is with intent or with purpose. I think the last 2 years, I think that's a lot of why there's a lot of criticism towards him, is that I felt like he was just rushing everything. I think he was playing on desperate mode. It was just playing, I think he was just being just all over the place. But I think this year he's actually, I don't know whether that is Pep sitting down with him or whether he got maybe a therapy, or because Vinny did that. And Vinny became a complete different player in the final third. Doku in the final third now looks like a complete different player. Like, everything is calculated and everything is with intent, with purpose. That's why this season, for me, there is no left winger better than him in the Premier League. He is by far the best left winger in the Premier League. You can even make a case in terms of top 3 in the world, because what he's done this season, like the redemption of what he's done this season, is incredible. In terms of our player performances, the reason why I love Haaland, the reason why Haaland, he had the least touches, but every touch that he had, especially in that final third, and that's why I look at Real Madrid. It pissed me off because Man City did everything that Madrid should have done against Liverpool. All the weaknesses which Liverpool have in terms of running in behind, in terms of the fullbacks, in terms of the space between the midfield and the defense, in terms of having a striker that actually puts fear and actually make the defenders second guess and actually drag people with them. That's what Haaland did. And that's what Mbappe, that's what Real Madrid couldn't do. Because Real Madrid, Virgil van Dijk, Konate had such an easy game against Real Madrid because there was no movement in the final third. There was no movement inside the box. But look at Haaland today. The movement, especially specifically for that goal, and even throughout the whole first and the second half, where he made some great runs in behind. There was one moment where in the second half, he made that great run in behind where he passed them to Marmoush and it got blocked. But his movement overall was sensational. Hence the reason why, I can't lie, I've been on my main channel, I've been doing a monthly best players, like the Ballon d'Or race. You know what I mean? The power ranking. Every month we do a power ranking. I'm going to be real. This month, I think the number one leader for the Ballon d'Or, the front runner, is Erling Haaland. What he's done compared to the others, this guy is a carry job. At the same time, look at his game and look how good he makes others as well around him. Jeremy Doku for that goal. I love the fact that how Haaland dragged his players around him. Nico Gonzalez, Marmoush, like, beautiful. Speaking of Nico Gonzalez, I was one person that, I want to put my hands up. I was one person that said, Nico Gonzalez is not good enough. And I think City made a mistake paying what they paid. I think 60 million that was, for me, a desperate move. And I don't think that was the right move. But I think this season, with adaptation, with understanding his team, and I think the mentorship of Rodri, you can see it in his game, because sometimes even the build-up is actually doing the right passes in the final third. Defensively, he's in the right places. Just his awareness completely has changed compared to last. I think last season it was very, very late in everything. And every time his awareness was bad. Like his positioning wasn't the best. But this season, he's taken to another level. And his performance this season has been incredible. And O'Reilly, like, I will speak about Liverpool performances, but my brother, this guy made arguably the greatest right wing in the Premier League history look like absolutely no one. The same way Conor Bradley made Vinny look like no one, O'Reilly against Salah was a mismatch. Was an absolute mismatch, and he's been doing it throughout this whole season. Now, this isn't just a one-time only. I mentioned on Sky Sport that this guy has had one of the best improvements as a player from last season to this season, because you can see it now, consistently playing, and look at what he's doing week in and week out. And even him going forward, he's making the right runs into the final third. Decision-making, the final third is getting way better compared to what it was before. Like, what a player. Like, this guy's not even a defender. He's a midfielder. But look how good look how she turned out to be a midfielder. Even Nunes, I would say, like, all the criticism I had towards City, like with the fullbacks, not having traditional fullbacks, not having Rodri, the midfield looked weak, Bernardo Silva, Fur not being great, Doku relying on Haaland, it's changed completely. That's why I'll put my hands up and say, Man City, I am sorry. I didn't believe in Nico Gonzalez. I didn't believe in Nunes, the performance that he's doing. I don't think O'Reilly was that great. Jeremy Doku, I felt like he was never going to get to that level, but look at him. Donnarumma, I said, what is Pep doing? Why are you signing Donnarumma? It doesn't even fit into your system. But look at the saves he's making. But now, you think I'm done. Liverpool, my brothers. Let me chat to you for a second. Step into my office right now. My brothers, I told you, against Real Madrid, we made you look better than what you were. You are not different compared to what you were in Madrid. This game, against Palace, against United, against Chelsea, you're not different. This is the same exact team I've been watching throughout. But you faced a team who is as bad as you are. We made you look better than what you are. Because I'm looking at Conor Bradley. He became the same person he was before the Vinny game. I look at the movement between Konate and Virgil van Dijk, the amount of space I'm seeing. I'm looking at Alexis McAllister, who is a complete different person to what he was last season. I'm looking at Szoboszlai. I'm looking at Wirtz. I'm looking at Katika, who barely had some sort of rhythm. I'm looking at Mohamed Salah, who I don't know. I can't recognize him. And I'm looking at so many players, and again, that one game that you had against Real Madrid, and everyone said, oh, talk about Slot, talk about Slot, talk about Slot. This is my point about Slot and other managers. If it works once, this exact same 11 worked against Real Madrid. And the same tactics work against, it doesn't mean it's going to work against Man City. The game plan should have been completely different compared to what it was last week. And again, it relates back to the management and the tactics of Slot. This was the wrong 11 and the wrong complete. Like, I didn't even feel like I was watching Liverpool at all. This was a complete one-sided affair. Like, this was one of the most dominant performances I've seen. And you forget the goal that Virgil van Dijk scored. You can't even use it as an excuse. Like, Liverpool deserved absolutely nothing. And I'm happy. It should have been 4. It should have been 5. It should have been 6. Like, this performance from Man City, that's the reason why you look at the table. Look at them. And I'm going to be real. The league is not done. The league is far from being done. Like, I look at Man City now, and hey, man, they might have a chance, bro. They might, like, Man City fans, put down in the comment section what you guys made of the game itself. I'm going to rewatch the game tonight, the whole game, the first 30 minutes, and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow, because I'm going to be real. We're facing Man City in 1 month from now. Hey, man, I'm kind of scared, bro. I'm scared.